Hello and welcome to the Harmony SMP. My name is Weird and Bearded, and today we are going to be doing some more work on the cathedral. But before we do that, let's talk about what happened in a recent live stream, in fact yesterday's live stream. So over at the main industrial area, you may notice there is a new build. We have a new farm that we added just yesterday. It is a little mysterious. It is just a round box from the outside. You cannot see what's going on. If I go into free cam mode, so you look inside, you'll see there is a load of mushrooms. We are in a swamp. Some of you may have figured this out. This is a slime farm. So we've got this lever here, just turning the lights on and off. And then slime spawn, go towards the golem, go down onto the magma cubes. And all is good. So we did have one of these earlier, but then we let it get destroyed by the World Eater when this was all being dug out. And quite frankly, I'm running low on slime. So it was a good time to get that back. We will be using some slime later on, because we're going to start work on the roof. But before we do that, there's a little addition to make. We're going to be building a bridge from here over to here. I have no idea how this bridge is going to look. I have not done any planning. I'm thinking I might build it out of the black stone bricks. Mainly because I have a lot of them left over. But also I think it could look good with the right wood, possibly some spruce. I might see how they look against the mangrove, actually. But yeah, we're going to get something built up. We'll see how it ends up looking. Let's do it. And there it is. I wanted to go for a slightly steampunky feel, not massively steampunk, just a slight nod to steampunkness. That's where we're going with, steampunkness. I've made the bridge nice and flat down on my end. I've just left it as it is on Queen's end so that she can merge it in with her base as she wishes. But yeah, I'm quite happy with this. So you may have noticed in the time lapse that I made sure this does go down to the bottom in the water. Don't want to just leave things floating. Tis a good bridge. Now let's move on to the main part of today's episode. This is going to get silly. It is time to start working on the roof. And I say start, I have no idea how long this is going to take. Because this isn't just going to be one flat roof. This is going to be several layers thick. And we need to get in several layers of stone from about where the diorite starts. So really where the cobblestone ends. We just want to get lots of layers of stone in because the top is going to be a massive village. So all our villages down here are going to be moving up. I don't want to place in all that stone. That is going to be a horrible job. So instead, I've got some machines that will hopefully get it all in for me. So before we start, let's head on over to my redstone testing world and see those machines. Welcome to the redstone testing world. I don't think I've shown this in an episode before. I may well have, but there is plenty of stuff here. But for now, we're going to focus on water because that's going to be the easiest way for me to make stone, get a big level of water out, and then drop lava on it. And we're going to get some flying machines to do most of the work for me, at least for the first layer, because we're going to need a large layer of water in midair, and it all has to be source blocks. So first of all, we have this flying machine. This is going to get us out a one wide bit of water. I need to send those two out first, and then I can activate it. So you can see this is going to make a trench of water going across for me. However, there is a slight issue with it, where I can't make this go backwards, because as soon as it does, you'll see that that waterlogged stair is no longer waterlogged. So I would just have to rebuild this over and over again, and that's not fun. That's not what we want to be doing with this. So then we have this flying machine. So we've got a nice big paddle here that's going to sit just under the water, and it's going to allow it to spread over these solid blocks. We've got solid blocks covering a lot of the serves and things so that falling water doesn't activate them more than once. And what this does is going to fly to the end, and this first section has 12 blocks in it. It is at the push limit, so it doesn't matter what blocks are at the end. It's going to hit them, and then because of the redstone lamp, it is going to self-return. And then once it gets back here, we should see it move across by one. And then it starts off ready to get the next section done. Now this is going to take several hours, so I'm going to have this running overnight. But yeah, that bit is all good. I'm just going to take away that block that's going to stop it from moving when it gets back. And then the last one is the lava dropper. So the idea of this one is you stand on this honey block. I feel I should point out as well, because this bit's kind of weird. This is just so I can stand on the honey block, keep things loaded, and I'm not going to be at risk of phantoms. I'm always going to have a block above me. So yes, here you stand on this honey block, and this is all going to be activated by the lava. So if I go into survival mode, you place the lava off of the trapdoor, and quite high on the trapdoor as well to make this work well. Now that lava is going to spread out, and it's going to spread underneath an observer, which should move things forward if this all goes to plan. And then you pick up the lava and immediately place it again. So that way we can get lava spreading across, and we get that stone in place. So all that's left to do now is we do this on the server. This is going to take some time. Hi.
Yes, we shall.
This has taken so long.
What are you doing?
So what I'm doing,
Why?
you've seen the big build.
Yeah. I was just taking in the sides, flying in, and I was like, something's not right.
Well, I need a roof.
Yeah.
And I think that's
And you
all the
thought
explanation
water
you need.
was... And you thought this was the greatest option you could come up with.
Yes, because it's much easier than placing all of the stone by hand. And then I've got another flying machine that's going to come in and allow me to place down lava. AFK.
Right.
And then I can just
Right.
build the wall while I do other things. So build the roof while I do other things. You know. Normal.
Okay.
Normal Minecraft.
That's actually... Yeah, that's actually something you...
It's taking a lot longer than expected, but still it's time with I could be doing other things. So far it's been 7 hours. Where it
Just
was
to get this bit?
the first hour was setting up, but then this flying machine, because it's such a long distance, you may notice you can't see the other side really.
Well, I can, but you probably can't.
Yeah, because you got them once. But it takes a flying machine about 1.5 minutes to get to the other end and then get back.
Oh, okay.
So
That's a bit lengthy.
3 minutes total, and then it moves along and does one more side, 3 minutes. So yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
Got it.
So considering it's gone about 64 blocks, just over.
Ah, only you, man. Only you.
Yeah, it's the easy way. The fun thing is, of course, I've had to make sure to protect my villagers.
What about the iron golems?
They're fine. They can live underwater. See, look out to the ocean.
Oh, yeah. It seems so.
I have so many iron golems around here.
By the way, I don't think I've mentioned this on camera. You are insane.
I think you have mentioned that before several times.
Well, now I feel like I need to reinforce that by saying it again. You are insane.
Do you like my cathedral?
I love your cathedral, but jeez, it's even more impressive in person than on
So
video.
the plan, I can't remember if I've actually said this yet in this episode. All of my villagers are going up. We're going to have a village on the roof.
Ooh.
Which is one of the reasons I need this to be quite a few layers thick. So this is just going to be the first layer of stone. Obviously after that I'm going to have something to put the water on. So it's going to be much quicker to put down water, and then I'm just going to make several layers of stone, because obviously I want it to be a nice looking village. You want to have a river running through it and things like that.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. I think the top layer, I'm tempted to just do moss blocks, because it's going to be a lot easier to do that. Because I can just put down one bit of moss and spread it about.
Okay, remind me to come back here once the roof is in place, so I can...
Yeah, I'm starting to think it might take longer than expected.
Insane again.
I'm thinking this episode I might just get one layer done. Oh yeah, there for me. This is really surreal. I'm just throwing about approximately where the roof's going to be. As I said, we're going to have a few layers of stone. The water spreading, as you can see, is complete. We might go visit my storage area. So the next bit is getting the lava in. So this took 16.5 hours, or thereabouts. Which is not a major concern because we only had to do it once. The lava, I may have to do multiple times. Basically, I'm going to see how long it takes and then determine if I want to do that multiple times or if I want to find another method. So I'm going to gather what I need for that, and I think we may as well get straight on with it. So I've got to get some stone in on the sides just so that the lava doesn't fall down. And hopefully we'll be good. Didn't realise that the sugarcane would stay. Well, it's taken a few hours to get to this point because my machine broke. It turns out it can move forward a bit too fast and destroy the lava that you've placed. So I've had to make a new machine, and I've gone through a few different redesigns, and I've ended up with this. This is as yet untested on the server, but it should work. It's just based on a different design. So the idea is, if that trapdoor was up, you'd be sat underneath it, place against that trapdoor, and that section needs to be moved. So let's try and get up to it. It is a little difficult to get onto this machine, I admit. There we go. Yeah, this whole bit needs to be moved up and across, which I knew about and forgot to do. So let's go across there. 2, 3, and done. Okay. So you'll be that. Underneath here, you place the lava against that trapdoor, it falls down onto that observer, and then when it falls in front of the observer, the whole thing moves across by one. So it's activating the observer faster, so it's going to be moving quicker. The lava always ends up right in front of you. You are protected by the trapdoor, so you're always going to pick up the lava. That's not a problem. And because we've got these spreaders as well, it means that as opposed to the 8 wide line that the previous machine could do, this one can do 15 across. So this should be a lot faster. Now we'll do the time lapse. I've decided to scrap the previous time lapse because it was rubbish. The machine itself is working fine, it's great. Unfortunately, we're on a server, and there's server lag. And that means every now and then, I get pushed back, the lava source gets destroyed, I've then got to wait at our lava farm for a bit of lava, and when you get all of that together, I think this is going to be slower than just pasting in all of the stone myself, so that's what I'm going to do. I've checked my supplies, I reckon I've got enough stone for 3 layers. I've got more than 3 layers to do. So I think we're going to end this here, and next time we're going to start work on the cobblestone farm and a super smelter. Maybe not both in one episode, we'll see how we go. So in the meantime, thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. My name is Weird and Bearded, and I will see you all next time. I've had a brilliant idea.